Ramsey disappoints Iron Mouse? Uh-oh. What happened?
My Caribbean brothers and sisters, what are we witnessing right now here today? This is a crime scene!
Hey, wait, what's he doing?
This is not
So, wait a minute.
Esto no es penal, coño.
That is beautiful.
What is he doing, though?
And this is the sear that's super important. Okay, in she goes.
Oh my God, my heart. True, authentic pegao is you cook the rice. It's a special type of pot. And on the bottom, all that heat from the fire cooks the bottom of the rice, right? The bottom of the pot has that cooked, sticky pegao. You don't cook pegao. You get pegao as a result of cooking rice. This is not pegao. This is fried rice. Oh, is this another one? Iron Mouse didn't approve of Cuban bread making. I don't know what the hell is going to happen, but I'm curious to see how it goes and what Mousey says.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait. This is a Cuban sandwich. A Cubano? All right, let's watch what's happening. Oh, medianoches are so delicious, dude. Have you guys ever had a medianoche? Of course you haven't, unless you're Puerto Rican.
Okay, so we've made it to the humble Cubano. Now, a lot of people have requested
Cubano.
this. Obviously, a lot of you guys know it from the movie Chef, one of my favorite movies of all time. There's a lot of specifics that make
What
this
movies
sandwich
are?
special. It's not
Yo,
just the sandwich. There's
putting
Wait.
on the fucking butter.
Wait, what? Did you put... Hold on a minute. Why would you put butter on the bread? To toast it? No! You don't do it like that. You just toast it.
and
That could be
making it,
good, though.
And it's really kind of supposed to have a specific outcome. Granted, there are
Pernil,
things
baby!
You guys know what pernil is? Pernil is the pork shoulder. It's freaking delicious. When you make Cubanos, you make them in like a couple different ways. And there's multiple preferences too. I prefer it having the pieces whole instead of shredded. Cubans usually call it lechon. I mean, lechon is the entire pig.
First thing we need to talk about is our mojo pork. You need a big, thick, 3
Mojo
to 4
pork.
pound boneless pork.
Yummy.
Yo,
Except for the fact that I didn't look at the
vamos
sign
a
and it was
comer
misleading and it actually was
pernil.
not boneless and I had to
Oh, he
debone myself.
debones
Yeah,
it?
Vamos a-
I prefer cooking the pernil with the bone in because it's just more delicious that way. And when you cook it, you just slide the bone out.
240 milliliters of
Making
olive
the
oil,
marinade?
1.5
Uh-huh.
tablespoons or 26 grams of kosher
Oh,
salt,
baby.
and lastly, 1 cup or
Oh, yeah,
240
pour it all
milliliters
over
each
me.
of
Pour it
lime
on.
juice and orange juice,
Pour
so
it
2
on.
cups.
Pour it
total.
on me.
Put a lid on your
Oh!
spinny cutty thing and blend it on high speed until completely smooth and nice looking like this. Now this is your mojo marinade. Separate out 1 cup.
Okay.
What the fuck? What's going on?
You're going to mix together 3.5 cups or 500 grams of bread flour, along with 1 tablespoon or 13 grams
He's
of
making the
granulated
bread?
sugar. Till
I
everything's
freaking
thoroughly
love fresh
combined
bread,
and
dude.
Continue to mix for about 3 to 5 minutes or until it begins to turn smooth. Then add 2.5 tablespoons or 30 grams of solidified lard. Yes, specifically lard.
I was just about to say, hey, yo, where's the fucking lard? Yo, look how little he put. What the fuck?
Specifically lard. Just do it. Don't be a widow baby.
You gotta put a
Oil up
lot of
medium-sized
lard.
Bowl. Shape your dough into a ball and place it into your bowl. Cover it with greased plastic wrap and let that rise for 45 minutes to an hour or until doubled. Degas
Oh
your
yeah,
dough
get
by
that
backhanding
proof
it
in. Oh, that's a
repeatedly.
good proof.
Reduce the heat to
Make it nice and
375.
moist. Oh
Remove
my
your
God,
steaming
but-
pan and
whoa,
let it bake
wham.
for another 20 to 22 minutes, or until you pull out 2 thick, plump, lightly brown.
Nice.
Cuban
That looks so good.
Too brown. Too brown!
Nah, that's good. That's
Make sure you let
perfect.
this cook.
It can be brown on the
Now
edges,
she
but
wildin',
the middle
dude. She
part
likes that.
has to, like,
She likes that shit chewy, dude. She likes to chew on it like gummy bears. You want that crunch. You want a little bit of color. You don't want it pasty white. What the hell?
And then pour in all the marinade into the same pot with the pork. It should come up around halfway, and if it doesn't, you can always add a little bit of chicken stock to bring it there. Then just take that pot, place it into an oven set to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes, then immediately reduce the temperature to 350 and let it cook.
I don't know. I don't like cooking it this way. It's too much, dude. Me personally, you season the pernil with salt, adobo, and freaking pepper. That's all you need. You get that, you smother all that all over every single crevice on the pernil, and then you freaking put that in the oven. And then you slow cook that overnight. You cook it perfectly like that, and it comes out nice and tender. It cooks it to like perfection because you get like the nice crispy skin on the pernil. I love that stuff, dude. But if you cook it like this with marinade and stuff, it's gonna be mostly but that's the thing. Like I said, I prefer the sliced rather than the shredded. And I guess when you shred it, this is much better because it's a lot easier to shred.
Clean to make sure all sides get brown for 3 to 3.5 hours, and you'll end up with this beautifully brown, juicy, incredibly, pulling out as little fat as possible. Place them into a bowl, and you've got this sort of like caramelized mojo sauce.
That's right.
Which we'll use in a second. Now, once you're,
Mousey's speaking truth. Exactly what they did to their kids.
Because you thought it was cool, but it's actually not. Once all your meat is shredded,
it's a little dry.
Season it with a taste of salt, and there is your pulled pork. Now we're ready to assemble our sandwiches. Now before
Maybe
we
not.
assemble, let's talk
Maybe
about
it's
our
just me.
condiments.
Maybe it's the
First
video.
thing,
I just
Might be the
also have to
video.
remind you guys that when he made that fucking Cuban bread, he put sea salt in it. No wonder it's fucking too brown.
Get them whole and slice them yourself. I don't want to see any more little circles. Okay?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure the
Slices
components
like
on
this.
sea salt.
Now,
But I
let's
do
first toast
prefer
the
kosher
inside of our bread.
kosher
Cut a
salt.
piece of your Cuban
100%.
bread to a desirable
Oh,
length.
yeah, that's
Slice that bad boy in
perfect.
half, and butter the inside with softened unsalted butter.
Look how stiff that bread looks inside. That's not Cuban bread. That's not Cuban bread.
I will admit it's not Cuban bread.
That's
No.
not Cuban bread.
No, she's right on that. Cuban bread or just bread in general that you get in the Caribbean is so fluffy that when you freaking touch it, it's like super gentle, right? There's no sort of resistance and it bounces back. That's how fluffy it is. That is like the epitome of a French bread. But when you go to like Puerto Rico or Cuba or whatever, you get delicious fluffy bread and it's so freaking bouncy and delicious.
That Cuban bread, bro.
Which is fine.
It's a fucking baguette.
You might have overworked it. That is a good way to be able to get dense bread. If you overwork it, it won't rise as much and it won't get those air pockets. It'll fill up those air pockets and it'll just become very dense.
All of y'all that were saying, oh, it's just right, it's just right. Yeah, now you see that's not no fucking Cuban. I could tell by looking at
She's so mad.
it on the outside. Paid actor
Not
bread.
smoked, but you can also use smoked.
Paid
A little bit
actor
of butter
bread.
in the pan
Nice.
just
I
to
like
coat the
that.
bottom. Set it to meet that
Chico, eso
warm.
no es
Now,
Cuban
once your bread is
bread.
nice and toasted like this,
Oh!
it's assembled.
Why? Oh! Why would you do that? No! You don't toast the insides. Why would you do that? I actually was on his side. I was on his side. Even though it's not Cuban bread, she's 100% correct. I was like, it's still good bread. It's fresh bread. That's better than any single bread you would buy in any grocery store. So I'm like, it's not Cuban bread, but it's okay. But this, what the hell is this?
So get your 2 sliced toasted breads down. Coat them both generously with yellow mustard.
Listen, when you make a Cuban sandwich,
You make the sandwich, you put it in the panini. You toast it that way.
the fuck are you doing, bro? You put Cuban bread, right? You take it, you put the ingredients in a sandwich. You put it in a tostadera. La tiene que poner en una tostadera para tostar, para que se tueste. Para que se tueste todo el sándwich completo, coño. Tú lo pones en una cosa para presionarlo y se tuesta todo. You have to press it down. A tostadera. In a tostadera, please. Yes.
Basically, how you need to do it is you need to put it in a toaster and not a toaster, in a panini maker. Basically, the flatteners. You make the sandwich. You put it in the actual panini / flattener, toaster, whatever the hell it's called, and that's how you toast it. You don't toast the insides like this. Why would you do that? If he doesn't actually put it in a plancha,
Appropriately, followed
He
by
better.
your seared off a little bit of color on my cheese. You can totally torch it just to get that melting
That's fine.
process done. Get some caramelization.
but you usually do it in the press. That's where you get the toasted.
Bro, if you put that in a tostadera, you don't need to toast the fucking cheese.
Now,
Correct. See? I told you.
look, this is the final and most important piece. With more softened unsalted butter, generously coat both the bottom and the top of your bread. I know this seems weird. Place it into a cold pan, set that over medium heat.
I hate white people.
And then place a preheated heavy cast iron pan on
What is happening?
I'm going to throw up.
top of it. Emphasis on preheating the cast iron pan. Make sure that it's relatively hot, not ripping hot, but hot. And then just let that press and toast. And with the bottom's nice and golden, flip it, place the pan back on, and continue to press and sear. Obviously, you can do this in a panini press or a plancha. I didn't have one, so this is the way you do it without one.
Oh,
Next
he
thing
didn't
you know,
have
boom,
one? You have 6.2 million fucking subscribers and you can't afford one plancha? You can go to Walmart and get one. All right, I'm starting to understand why Mousey was so... Look. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I looked at it. I'm like, that doesn't look too bad. And to be honest with you, the ham, perfect. Pickles, great. But the bread? So here's the thing, right? It was pressed, but even though you press a Cubano, you can still see the air pockets. But now it's just a piece of cardboard now. It's just flat. There's no air. There's no fluffiness. There's no bounce. There's nothing. I can see why she was upset about the bread now. Okay. Yeah, I'm on her side now.
Now this feels like a Cubano to me. I'm pretty darn proud of it.
Nice crunch.
No.
God damn, it's so good. The exterior is super crispy.
Listen, it's okay for the exterior to be crispy, crunchy. Because you put it in la tostadora. You put it in the toasty thingy. In la plancha. You put it in to toast, right? But the inside bread, it gotta be soft. You gotta have a soft Cuban sandwich bread.
That's the point. It's for it to be crunchy and soft.
Not a fucking crouton.
Crunchy, but then the inside's nice and soft. You have that fatty, melt in your mouth pork, the seared ham. It's salty, it's pickly, it's mustardy, and you've got the Swiss cheese on top to bring it all together. You know, some might say, Josh, all that effort for a sandwich? Yes.
It's worth it.
You will not have a better sandwich in your life.
Everything that has happened there, it's fine. I bet if you presented me with that sandwich, you present anybody with that sandwich, people would say it's good. It tastes good and stuff, but it's not like authentic.